message. What is the task? Do you consider such a NATO rearmament a threat to Russia?
We do not consider any NATO rearmament a threat to the Russian Federation because we are self-sufficient in terms of ensuring our security, and we are constantly improving our armed forces and our defensive capabilities. Whatever NATO does, of course, it creates a certain threat, but we are coping with all these threats that will arise. There is no doubt about that. In this sense, any rearmament and an increase in NATO budget by up to 5% from the GDP do not make any sense. This is the first point. This for centuries in the West, all the time, not all the time, but from time to time, there has always been a question of a threat from Russia. It was so convenient for the Western elites to build their own internal policy, because on the basis of a possible threat from the East, it was always possible to extort money from taxpayers and to explain one's own economic mistakes with a threat from the East. If you look at historical books, we will come to the conclusion that from time to time, this issue has always been raised. It is clear that today's crisis in relations between Russia and Western Europe began in 2014. But the problem is not that Russia annexed Crimea, but that Western countries contributed to the coup d'etat in Ukraine. You know, we have always heard that it is necessary to live by the rules. By what rules? But what kind of rule is it when three states, France, Germany and Poland, came to Kiev and, as guarantors, signed a paper on the agreements between the opposition and the authorities headed by President Yanukovych? Three states signed it, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs. A colleague from the Federal Republic of Germany is looking at me. Mr. Steinmeier was then the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Can be found in general. As you know, at one time, we intercepted a project in Iran which was carried